Welcome to Executive Corner Expert Talks by Kalkine TV. I'm Sage, and today's guest is Mr. Robert Russel, founder of Truckit.net, Australia's leading freight marketplace, which offers listings for freight jobs with access to a vast network of transport providers, and you'll sure find someone for your job. Truckit.net is an Australian company with an easy-to-use online marketplace to receive competitive quotes. So keep watching till the end to find out more. And as you know, we bring you the industry advocates, successful business owners, all under the one roof to help you discover the insights of the stock markets. And bringing you live today, we have Mr. Robert Russel, founder of CEO Truckit.net. Welcome to the show, Robert.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Sage.
So, Robert, it's a pleasure to have you on the show today. You've had quite an impressive journey from the international rugby circuit to now running an innovative digital marketplace for freight. Could you share your journey with us, please?
Yeah, I guess it all started here I'm based in Brisbane, and before I guess my rugby career played a bit of a part in it. I moved over to Scotland to play professional rugby, which led on to an international career. And I think as a rugby player, you get a bit of spare time. So throughout that process, I started looking into what would be life after rugby. And I think it was e-commerce that really, I'd done a Bachelor of Business or Commerce back here in Brisbane. And I really saw the opportunity in the online world and started a business over there. And on exiting that business and coming back to Australia in 2012, it was during my time over there that I really saw the opportunity, I guess, in online tech and marketplaces. Marketplaces have become a big part of the online space and our lives, I think, for everyone. So it was sort of, international rugby through to now running Truckit, which is Australia's largest freight marketplace.
That's fantastic. A very inspirational story, because not everyone has the foresight to think that way. So congratulations. And here we are today interviewing you on Expert Talks. Well, established in 2012, Truckit's digital marketplace matches people wishing to freight large items with transport operators. Who do you tend to find are your main clients? Do they tend to come from one industry or veer towards domestic or international freight? And do you count yourself as somewhat of a watchdog for consumers?
Yeah, look, as you said, we're a marketplace. We're here to match, freight consumers of all, both personal and business. So we have customers or clients, in the business space. We've got large corporates. We've got mining and resources companies. We've got large retailers, right down to the mum and dad businesses. And on the personal side, we've got a lot of personal freight being done. I suppose with the increase in online shopping, there's a lot of people that buy off places such as Grays Online. We have a great partnership with Grays Online, and they're buying things such as could be vehicles, motor vehicles, cars, jet skis, furniture, anything like that, and we're really here to help them move it. So we do, I guess, absolutely. We consider ourselves a bit of a watchdog. I mean, we're a very transparent marketplace with the, everyone can see what's going on. So it's the, free market forces of supply and demand that really, that really run the marketplace, I guess. And I guess in a sense, it's a watchdog for everyone. So, it's mostly down to sort of spot market or spot prices rather than contracted rates. So when someone's got that harder to move item or something they don't have a contract in place for, they use Truckit.
Sounds great. So do you find, you mentioned there the supply and demand of the free market tends to balance out the more expensive providers to the cheaper ones that offer more economical rates? Do you think it sort of balances out, or do the more expensive ones actually offer a better service?
Yeah, no, we see all that. I mean, absolutely. We've a lot of customers who use us for exactly that reason. The rates they might get, or they don't know where to start, who to go to, and especially if they've got a rate with a network carrier or someone and it's going to a place that they're not regularly using, they probably don't have that sort of volume discount. So we see, price differentials, is a huge range, and we hear that from our customers all the time. So it's exactly that reason that they use us, and it's been a great asset of the business, I suppose, being able to do that. And just back on the provider side, we've got providers who are tier one carriers right down to, again, the owner operators doing business, but they all competing for the work. And I think free markets, as I said before, they have a balancing effect. So the customers looked after.
Well, I think your service definitely provides plenty of advantages for both the providers and the customers. It sounds great. It makes it so easy, all in one place, and they can just pick and choose what they want. That sounds fantastic. In September, Truckit users posted more than 17,000 freight jobs on the marketplace, and this is a 65% increase on the June figures, which was 60% on the same month last year. So what do you think is driving this growth? Is there a fee for using your service?
Yeah, well, in terms of driving the growth, I mean, obviously the COVID effect has certainly played a part. It's forced people to do a lot more stuff online, which has been great for the business. But I think ultimately, the scale the business is now, we really see sort of network effects taking hold. We've got great liquidity in the marketplace. We've got over 6,000 transport providers that use us, and we've had over 400,000 customers. So there is really good liquidity, and I think that's really starting to show the way now. I mean, even with COVID restrictions, easing, we don't expect it to change. People's user behaviours have learnt to trust and use marketplaces such as Truckit, and we believe that will continue. So I think it's a very bright future, and I think that's the main reason for the growth that we've seen between this time last year and now. Yeah.
Fantastic. And this is a little bit off the main discussion, but just wondering, search engine optimization's vital in e-commerce. Do you think your e-commerce strategy has helped put you in the forefront of the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, digital marketing is paramount to what we do. We've got some great agencies that help look after us, and we've got great staff that really run all those marketing campaigns. And SEO, search engine optimization, is a big part of what we do, just as other paid forms of marketing as well. So it is, it's critical to get that part right, and we're very fortunate to have great people in those positions to ensure that we're getting great results.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for sharing your insights. So another side of things that's a little bit grey is how are freight fees decided upon generally? Does it vary from company to company, or is there a standard overall? How do the fuel levy and road vehicle operating costs come into play, please?
Yeah, well, those things obviously, as they increase, they play a part in the pricing. But just to be clear, we don't actually set the pricing. We're not we're not Uber who name the price. We let our transport providers name their price. So they factor all those things in when they're doing that. Some people have rate tables and they get adjusted. But yeah, we see it's a bit of a topic, I suppose, at the moment. Those increasing costs are driving the prices up.
They certainly are. They're making it quite tricky for certain industries, depending if you're in table grapes or wine or some of the commodities at the moment. It's getting quite expensive. And shipping costs have surged, with many expecting inflation to hit record levels due to this. What are your thoughts on the subject for the near future and your near-term goals for Truckit.net, please?
Yeah, well, I guess, inflation's just part of life, as I see it. There will be inflationary things that happen, and certainly in this industry, I believe. But it's not going to change the opportunities we have or the goals we have. I mean, I think it's a great time. It's a great opportunity for transport providers at the moment, and we're seeing a lot of people coming into the market. It has struggled a bit with the last few months with some of the more restricted lockdowns we've seen, but right now we're seeing a lot come back in, and it's a busy space, and I think it's got a very bright future for the transport providers who want to get involved in the industry. and obviously consumers are using us more and more, and they're using on digital means to move their goods. So so it's we've got a very optimistic future.
Yes, well, the industry's been great for creating jobs over the downturn, that's for sure. It's been giving a lot of people a chance to keep the roof over their heads working in deliveries and logistics, so that's been fantastic. Well, we have to start winding up the discussion. Was there anything you'd like to share with the viewers before we close up today?
No, nothing other than that. I think it's I think hopefully I've given them a good rundown of what the business is, and if they'd like to know more, go to Truckit.net, and we've got we pride ourselves on great customer support. That's been a key focus for us for a long time. So if we can help anyone out, we have phone support, and only too happy to help anyone.
Thanks so much for sharing your time today, Robert. We really do appreciate your insights.
Thanks very much, Sage.
And for those who've just joined us, we had a very interesting discussion with Mr. Robert Russel, CEO, founder of Truckit.net. Please watch the full recording on YouTube via Kalkine Media, and keep watching for more expert talks and live market updates. And as we say, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine.